Oh my gosh, look, I did it. Okay, so I got a new tripod, so I was able to put you in my car. This is very exciting for me. I'm very excited. I went to Barnes & Noble and I went in for one book. I just realized I didn't get that book.
Okay, you literally had one job to do.
Shoot. But anyways, I did get books though. I got a lot of books. But wait, there's more. I also went book shopping a little while ago. Friday. I went book shopping yesterday. What's today? Today's Saturday. So I went book shopping today. I went book shopping yesterday. And I also went book shopping last week. And I have Amazon packages coming in on Tuesday.
You need to chill a little.
In my defense, every book that I buy, I've never bought a book. Well, that's not true. I have bought books. But I no longer buy books at full market price. I don't do that anymore. I always get a discount, or I have memberships that give me stuff. In the case of the Barnes & Noble thing, I had a couple of those $5 reward thingies. And then a lot of their books that I just purchased were buy one, get one 50% off. I go in for deals, okay? I am zoning in. I don't know what that meant, but I'm zoning in and I'm looking for these deals and I'm purchasing books accordingly. So I actually, in one of my Discords, I actually was like, hey, I would like to be irresponsible today. Please send me the books that you think I should buy. And I bought quite a few of them. Also, some of the books that people recommended were series, and I've never been a person that can just go in and get book one of a series and just walk away if the rest of the series is already out. Because what if you really like it and you finished it at 2 in the morning and you need to start the next one immediately? Like, what am I supposed to do? Wait until the store opens? I don't think so. We're not doing that. I don't play that game. Okay. So some of the books were series and I got at least the first 2 books if they had it. There is one series that they didn't have the rest of the books for, but they did have books 1 and 2. So I got those and then I figured, well, I'll just get the rest of it later. So it works out perfectly fine. I didn't film in Barnes & Noble. I was going to, but I was so nervous. I was so scared. There were a lot of people there and I decided I couldn't do it. So I have no montage for you. But once I get home, I will put all the books together. And then also once I get the books from Tuesday, I will get those together. And then we'll do one giant haul. And it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be so much fun.
So revolutionary, it's so bold and so...
You know, maybe I should just do some of them because the whole thing's not gonna fit.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
So I may have gone a little overboard. And I have a second pile too. Probably just as big. Actually, it is. It's just as big as that pile that I just showed you. So let's go through this rapid fire because I don't think we want to be here for 7 hours. But if you do, like, please let me know. Absolutely. Leave that comment. If you want a 7-hour video of me going through the books that I've purchased, absolutely, I am here for that. It doesn't have to be 7 hours. It could be like an hour. I could probably cut it down to an hour or like a series. So leave that comment if that's what you're interested in. Let's go through this. I don't have this organized, so I'm gonna try. I got this. Oh shoot, I didn't even get my thrift books. I have the package. Oh yeah. Let's start with these first. First, I got the Hunger Games series. So I got Mockingjay, but this is in large print, which is kind of annoying. Look how big that print is, but maybe it'll make me like go through it super fast, who knows. And then I've got Catching Fire, The Hunger Games. So I actually have not read these books. I think The Hunger Games came out same time as like Divergent, right? And I was a Divergent girly. Now, if you remember, early 2000s, late 90s, you were either one or the other. You couldn't be both. So you were either Backstreet Boys or you were NSYNC, but you weren't allowed to be both. And it was the same thing with book series. You were either Percy Jackson or you were Harry Potter. You couldn't be both. And it was like, I don't know, they constantly were like fighting against each other. I think it was just to like get more people to look at them. This is before internet, so before clicks. I mean, there was internet, but like I didn't have internet. That was like not a thing. That was very common. And so I didn't have internet. I didn't have a computer, I think, till I went to college, and one of my professors was like, you need to have a laptop. I got this like Apple laptop thing, and it was like huge and chunky, and I never read these books, and I feel like now it's acceptable for me to read them. I feel like no longer are they fighting, so I'm gonna read these. I got an Ellen Hilderbrand book. It's Barefoot. This is a hardcover. All of her books that I have, that's a lie. I was gonna say all of them are hardcover, but that would have been me just flat out lying to you. I'm collecting all of her books because I think she's a fantastic author. I really, really like her. And I really like her like in general. I think she's just such a nice person. Like she has book signings like every Wednesday in Nantucket. Like she just is genuinely a nice person. So, and then I also got another version of Twilight because I do have Twilight already. I already have this exact same thing, but it didn't have the hard, like the dust jacket. It didn't have the dust jacket. And it was upsetting me that all of my Twilight books have a dust jacket except for the first one. So I went and bought it again, specifically for the dust jacket. I don't even care about the book, but maybe I will keep both because one can be highly, highly, highly annotated, and then the other one can be legible that I can actually read. So maybe I will keep both. Who knows? I read Holly James's book, Deja Glitch. I don't think it's out yet. I got an ARC off of NetGalley, and oh my gosh, I ate it up. Like I read that so fast. So I actually had shared her story, like I shared a story of it on my Instagram, and Holly James was like, oh, just so you know, like I have another book out. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to stay in this world forever. I love this writing. And so she told me that she has this book as well, so I went and purchased it. So I was influenced. But I really like Holly James's writing. I think it's really, really great writing. I got this book. I don't remember why. I think I saw something on TikTok or something like that with like one of those like story thingies that are like 15 seconds long. So I think I just kind of like impulse bought this, but it was like $5. So I think Carmilla was like Dracula, but a woman. Anyways, and this is bent. Look how bent out of shape it is. Like, please. I hate the mail sometimes. Oh, and then, well, actually, let's save that because that's a whole series and I don't want to like break up the series. Some of these books are spiritual books, just so you know. So I have this book that I saw. It's Church of Cowards by Matt Walsh. The back just says, what would you surrender for God? And then I also have A Woman After God's Own Heart. I think it's kind of self-explanatory in the title. So I did get this book as well, another spiritual book. Divorce Proof Your Marriage is another spiritual book. I am married, if you didn't know. So I did get this book and I thought it was very interesting. One of my friends was telling me about it, and I guess like in the, I think it's like in the first chapter, he says, if you're not working towards your marriage every single day, then every single day you're working towards divorce. I thought that was very powerful. So I am great. Like I really want to read this and go through it with my husband. We do morning quiet times. So I'm excited to go through this one. We have Troubles in Paradise, The Perfect Couple, What Happens in Paradise, Summer of '69. Look at these prices. $7.97. Yes. The Summer of '69, 28 Summers, Winter Solace. So J. Courtney Sullivan wrote this book called Maine. I took it out, obviously, when I lived in Maine. I think I had a library card when I lived in Portland, Maine. I lived in southern Maine for way too long. I was there for like less than a year, but it was awful and I hated it. I am from the Boondocks. I rented this book out of the library and I loved it. I thought it was so good and I was pleasantly surprised. This is kind of what got me into adult reading, because before then I would only read YA and stuff. I read this and I was very, very pleasantly surprised. I really liked this book and I really liked her writing, and I have thought about this book ever since I read it. You do not understand. I have been thinking about this book ever since I read it, and so I finally purchased it and now it is in my collection. But then I saw that she's written other books. Surprise, surprise, since the early 2000s she's read other books. That's so weird. And so I also got this one, Friends and Strangers, and then I also got Engagements. This book was $2.75. Like, please. Tessa Bailey's Unfortunately Yours. My friend read this and she liked it, and so I got it. The end.
Wow, it's a great story, Charles. Thank you.
I think I'm missing two, right? Am I missing something? But they were buy one, get one 50% off at Barnes & Noble. So I got Hooked, which I think is the first one. And then I got Twisted, which I think is the last one. I really wish they would put numbers. Please, if you're an author and you are writing a series, can you just put the number of the series? Like, can you just please, please. This is also a buy one, get one. So I got It Started With a Dog. I thought this was cute. Look how cute that is. It's adorable. Juniper and Thorn by Ava Reed, also a buy one, get one. I really liked Ava Reed's book, The Wolf and the Woodsman, so I decided to continue reading her books, and that was a very good thing for me to do. These were also buy one, get one. I got, which order did they go in? I don't know the order. So there's A Touch of Malice, A Touch of Darkness, and A Touch of Ruin. Very excited. This is the Persephone Hades retelling, and I'm very into Persephone and Hades, so. I also got Red Rising because Haley Pham read it and loved it. This is the second time I've purchased it, just so you know, because I got this once when I was living in San Diego. And I bought it, and then I never read it, and then I was moving, and I couldn't take all my books with me, so I just took the ones that I absolutely loved and adored and knew that I was going to read forever and ever and ever, and the rest I donated, and this was in the donation pile. So then I had to re-buy this book. So this author has gotten coin from me twice. How do I need to start another pile. I also got A Broken Blade. I remember this was like a deal on TikTok with the author, and like nobody knew which TikToker it was that wrote this book, and you have to figure it out. But I heard that it was pretty good, so I did go out and buy it. It was $5.97. So Olivia Blake's, this is the exclusive edition, One for My Enemy. So many people have read this, so many people have loved it, so I went ahead and got it. And then I have a couple more Ellen Hilderbrand books. I got the 5-Star Weekend because this is her newest book that just was released, and I still haven't read it, and I want to read it, and it was 30% off at Barnes & Noble. And then I also got The Golden Girl, which I'm excited to read. I haven't read this one. It was $14.50, which is cool. We read a couple more spiritual books. I think these are the last two spiritual books. So I got Far Above Rubies, and it says, in today's culture, biblical womanhood is a lost art. So I'm excited to read this one. This looks like such a good book too. I got The 5 Love Languages because my husband doesn't know what love languages are. And so I bought this so that we could go through it. My foot's asleep. My foot's falling asleep. There's Ghosted, which was one of my friends. I read Final Offer, and I had like a big problem with that storyline because it had been 6 years and they were only together for 2 months, and I had a really big time with that because the whole town was mad at him, and I was like, bro, get over this. So anyway, she said this kind of similar but even better. So I'm excited. I got Icebreaker because it's popular. It was also buy one, get one. I got My Mechanical Romance, which I thought was like so cute because I love My Chemical Romance. So the band. So My Mechanical Romance I thought was like a cute, like a little play. I also got My Fault because I watched the movie on Amazon Prime and was like, well, now I need to read that. And I also got Love Theoretically. This is the book that I went into Barnes & Noble to get. That was it. It was one book that I needed. And then I got a couple of series that I'm going to. So first I got the Chestnut Springs series. So there's Reckless, Heartless, Flawless, and Powerless, and then I think Hopeless comes out September, November, somewhere around there. I can't remember when it comes out. The Mirror series for that one may or may not be for that book, so I'm kind of bummed out because I really like it when my books match. I also got the Magnolia Parks series. So I got Magnolia Parks, and they're changing the covers too. So I got Magnolia Parks, The Lonely Home, I got Daisy Hates, and then Daisy Hates, The Great Undoing. I did get them before the original covers sold out. So yeah, these are all the books that I have purchased, and I'm excited to read a lot of these, like a lot of these, almost every single one of them. I think there might be just like one that I'm kind of like, okay, I bought this because I have to buy it, but I'm excited to read the Magnolia Park series, the Chestnut Spring series. Those are gonna be really great books. Ghosted, I'm excited to read. If there was any book that you saw here that you were like, please read that right now, absolutely leave that comment down below and just let me know like what book should I be reading? What series should I be reading? There's a lot of series in this pile. I also need to get the other 2 books in that Hooked series, Hooked and Twisted. I need to get the other 2 books for that. I think that's it. I think that's all that I have for you right now. Hey, would you do me a favor, please? Can you subscribe to the channel? That would be so, like, that would make me so happy. It literally makes my day anytime I see the notification that somebody has subscribed. It makes me so elated. It makes me so happy just to see that people actually want to see these videos. It makes me so happy. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for coming in. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Okay, bye.